ISI, International Students Incorporated. Befriending, loving, sharing Jesus Christ with international students. Jesus challenged us to make disciples of all nations, but you don't have to go very far. One of the most strategic ways to influence a nation is to reach its leaders. Just like Acts 2, God is bringing the nations to us through international students. Every year, 750,000 international students and scholars come to study in the United States.
And I think ISI is great. I would have to say that. Because when I came here, for the first 3 months, I didn't know anybody.
Many of the students come here are lonely, they don't have friends, so we start just by building a friendship relationship with them.
Many countries that need the gospel, that need Jesus, are closed to traditional missionary efforts. But you can reach these nations right now. You can spread the gospel and change the world. International Students Incorporated can equip you to effectively share Christ with international students.
Well, I think the nations are right here. And they are. They're my neighbors. I have many of the nations represented right where I live, in my own backyard.
9/11/2001. Some of the terrorists involved in the 9/11 attacks studied in the U.S. What if we had reached them? How would the world be different today? ISI, befriending, loving, sharing Jesus Christ with international students.
The first night that we met Talia, we took her out to dinner and had enjoyed a fun evening and laughing with her. And as we got up to leave the restaurant, my husband just reached out and gave her a big hug and then kind of stepped back and was concerned because he said, "Oh, Talia, in our culture, that would be okay, but I don't know about your culture." And she just laughed and looked up at him and said, "Oh, it felt so good to have a dad hug." It really broke the ice and kind of set the stage for our whole relationship.
By becoming friends with an international student, the impact you could have is like a ripple effect from that friend to a family, to a city, to a nation, to the world. Could changing the world be as easy as making a friend? ISI has several ways you can get started. You can become a friend to an international student. You can offer to pick up a new student at the airport. You can invite a student to dinner. Or you can help mobilize your church for international student ministry. Maybe you were born for such a time as this.
As president of ISI, I invite you to join us in what we believe is one of the most strategic means of reaching the world today. Together, God can use us to take His love to the ends of the earth.